Hey guys, so I'm going to do like a quick get ready with me today. I'm going to keep it kind of basic. I already have my brows done and my foundation on, so I'm just going to do like a quick powder contour and a really quick eye look that would be like really good before work or something one day where you don't have like a ton of time. So we're going to jump right in. I'm going to start by priming my eyes, and I'm just going to use my MAC paint pot as always in Painterly. And I'm just going to take any kind of flat shader brush with synthetic bristles because it's a cream product. I'm just going to apply that all the way from my lid up under my brow. And what this does is just like applying a cream product on your eye and then putting the powders over it really just kind of helps make everything blend really smoothly, and it also just like maximizes your color payoff so that the colors are as true to how they look when you swatch them on your hand when you put them on your eye. If you find that you have a hard time blending, there's usually one of two issues. Either you're not using the right product, like not a good enough quality product, or you didn't prime well enough and set it up. You know, because if you put powder down, like, and it's not blending really well, it's probably because you need to use some kind of primer or like a cream and then set it. So next I'm going to go in with my Smashbox little like contour palette, and I'm just going to use this light shade and just put it all over my lid, because when you put the powder down, you should put like either a translucent or like a skin colored powder over it and just set it. So I'm just going to go in with like a little shader brush and just put it all over where we laid down that paint pot from MAC. And this is just setting it. It also kind of helps make like a nice under brow highlight for you. And we're gonna do like a really basic kind of mauvey pink look. I love like mauve and really dusty rose colors for the fall. It's really in right now too. Like a bunch of companies are putting out colors like this, like what we're using today. Okay, so that's done. Just really quick. First color we're gonna go in with is Anastasia Beverly Hills Dusty Rose. It is like a single shadow that you can get, but I'm using mine from the artist palette that they put out. I think it was like last year or something. And I'm gonna go in with a Morphe M503. And I'm just going to put that in my crease as like my first transition shade. And if I'm like shaky looking, it's because I just like absolutely downed a caramel ice latte from Panera. So I always do that, and then I go to do my makeup and I'm like, why did I do that? I'm a little shaky now. So I'm really taking this in like a dome shape because I just kind of want this to be like blown out. And as you can see, this is like a really pretty dusty pink color. So you're just putting that in your crease and then just blending it out. Okay. So even this color alone is beautiful. Like you could just throw this on and like pick out like a light, like, you know, creamy lid color, or even just put it on your lid and bring it all the way up. This color is gorgeous. It just adds like a beautiful like shadow. Really nice dimension. So the next color I'm going to go in with is Mauveless. This is a pro shade, pro longwear shade from MAC. It's just a couple shades darker than Dusty Rose. And I'm just going to put this directly into my crease. And I'm going to use, which am I going to use? I'm going to use a Morphe M139 brush, and it's just like a really pointed crease brush. Just take a little bit of that, tap off the excess, and I'm going to start kind of easy on this and build it up because I don't want this to be like too dark to turn into too dark of a shade of a eye look. I'm just going to put this low in my crease, like right above my lid, just to deepen it a little bit. So all I'm doing is I placed it down on my outer corner and then just brought it in and did windshield, like really, really controlled windshield wiper motions, and then I just go in like tiny little circles. So as you can see, this is just like really blown out and kind of smoky. Very pretty, I like it. Alright, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hit my my lid, and I'm going to use this shade from the artist palette, Buttery. It's just a really beautiful, like, creamy white. And I'm just going to go in with a flat shader brush from Morphe. This is the Morphe S30. Just tap off the excess. I'm going to focus it mainly on, like, the center of my lid, kind of dab it there, and then work it out. And this is the kind of look that I would like wear to work, something just kind of pretty and basic. Alright, so now that that's done, I'm just going to go in really quickly and just blend that out. And I'm actually going to use the brush that comes in the Anastasia palettes. It's for like a lot of cheaper like drugstore palettes. I notice like that's kind of where the difference comes in, like what you're paying for. Obviously the quality of like a Sephora brand or something like that is going to be a lot better than most drugstore anyway, but that's another thing, is like you're paying for better packaging, the crappy brushes that come in those, if any, and then you get something like this, which is like legitimately a good brush. Like I keep this in my brush collection because it's actually a really good crease brush. So I'm going to take that, and it's double-ended too. This is more of like a shader, like to put a color on your lid, and then this is for blending. So I'm just going to go back in really quick with some Dusty Rose and just pop that one more time, just a little bit more controlled. Make sure it blends into that Mauveless color and isn't too choppy. You should always do this when you're kind of building colors for a very diffused eye look. And now we're going to go in and we're going to put some pigment on our lid, and I'm going to use Naked from MAC. It's just this beautiful, like, very pretty, like almost like creamy skin, light skin tone color. And I'm going to go in just with a small detail brush, such as this. It's a Sephora, just like detailer, small detailer brush. And I'm going to hit it with some Max Fix Plus, because this will just help the pigment stick to my lid. And I'm just going to go right in and just kind of like scoop a little bit onto my brush of the pigment. Wipe off the sides, so it kind of just looks like that on my brush. And just press it onto my lid. And just start it low and work it up slowly. And again, kind of focusing this mostly on like the inner part of my lid. Excuse my barking dog. So I'm kind of leaving the outer corner, as you can see, and like I know it's doesn't look perfect. I'm going to go back in and fix that a little bit with that blending brush that we just used. This is what you have. And I'm going to go back in with that Anastasia brush that I just used, that I said came in the palette. If I can find where I put it down. 1 second, sorry. Nope, that's not it. Oh, here it is. Right here. I'm going to go back in with a little bit of that Mauveless color and just kind of clean this up a little bit. See, very simple. Okay. And then I'm going to just go in, for the sake of being crazy like I am and wanting to make sure everything is like perfectly blended, I'm going to go in one more time with Dusty Rose and just like a big M502 shader brush from Morphe. Hit that one more time underneath the brow, because I find that like my blending, if it ever looks choppy, it's always like at the top for me. That's always where I have trouble areas, if I have any. So I always kind of go over it like a lot of times. Everybody will find that like depending on their eye shape, like there's different problem areas for you, and that is my problem area. It's like right here and here. Okay. So now I'm going to go in and I'm just going to like highlight underneath my brow bone. And I'm just going to use like any little detailer brush. And I'm using Nylon from MAC. Okay, so that's done. I love the way that this like eye look looks on like hazel green eyes or even blue eyes. Oh, it's so pretty. I love it. It's like super, super complimentary. Okay, so I'm not gonna like work on my lower lash line just yet. Or anything like that, or my lashes just yet. I'm gonna wait till the end, and I'm gonna go through and finish the rest of my face makeup. I only have foundation on right now, and then, like I said, my brow's done, and now my eyes are done too. But I'm gonna go in with concealer and bronzer and all of that, and show you guys my like updated routine on what I've been doing lately. So today I'm gonna use the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser for dark circles, and you just kind of like twist the top and draw it on. Bring it down. Between my eyebrows. Bring it down the center of my nose, around the corners of my nose, and on my chin. It's beautiful, I know. I'm going to take my damp beauty blender, blend that out, being very careful around the eye makeup that we just did so that you don't like mess it up by accident or anything, the outer corners. I'm going to use the beauty blender, the tip of the beauty blender, to kind of clean up my eye makeup. I am like not a huge fan of drugstore products, but I actually really love this Age Rewind. I used to use it like it was like my daily product for a long time. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to set that, and I'm going to use the CoverFX Light Matte Setting Powder. And what brush am I using? I'm going to use this brush. I'm going to use this Morphe M554 powder brush, just because it fits very nicely like under your eye. I'm just going to dip a little bit of this into the powder, and I'm just going to like really press into the skin, because I have gigantic pores on my cheeks, like gigantic. No matter how, you know, what products I use, how nice of products I use, I have a very hard time making my pores here not look huge, just because they are. And I find that this setting powder, because it isn't a translucent powder, it has a, you know, it has a color to it. And using a brush like this and just really setting it and pressing it into my skin, although it doesn't make the pores like totally look flawless, it's the closest I've ever come to it looking flawless. And I just press with the powder into my skin in my T-zone, because if you've watched any of my videos before, I'm sure you have heard me talk about how I am excessively oily. So for contouring, I'm just going to jump right in, and I'm going to use my Smashbox Contouring Kit. I'm going to use the contour shade. Again, it works super, super well for somebody with like a cool undertone, or somebody who's just super, super pale, because it is a very awesome like shadow shade. It doesn't have any orange or yellow or red or anything like that in it. It's very cool toned. So I'm just going in with a Morphe BK4 brush, same brush I always use for contouring. Just dipping that in, tapping off the excess, and applying it. sure it's really nicely blended. I'm just going to hit under my chin a little bit too. Just make sure that's blended too, because you don't want any like weird lines down here. So get that done. And I'm going to take the highlighting shade again that we used like to set our cream base on our eyes. And I'm going to go in and just set again right here just for a little bit of highlight. I'm going to use this end of the Kat Von D Shade Light brush. Pick up a little and press that in to the skin. Very little. Run with any product that's left over on my brush, just kind of run it back here. Put really anything extra on my brush for that. And the whole point of this is kind of to be like a quicker makeup tutorial, but still look really flawless and everything. So I'm not going to contour my nose today. I'm just going to leave it kind of getting over the whole contouring, like your nose ridiculously thing. Like, just be you. Like, yeah, I'm just kind of like, some days I'm like, woohoo, let's do it. And other days I'm just like, ugh. Kind of sick of doing this all the time, so today's one of those days. This is supposed to be a quick tutorial anyway. So anyway, I'm going to go in for blush. I'm going to use Bobbi Brown. It's called Tawny 2, and it's super pigmented, so be careful applying it because, like I said, it's like crazy pigmented. So take it easy and maybe knock your, like, just poof, like, real quick, and then tap off the excess. And I'm just using an It Cosmetics blush brush. And even like that I feel like is too much. Like, and all I did was go. So just tap off excess. Blow it a little bit so that if there's like anything sitting on the top, I can get it away. And I'm just going to kind of like go in like a swoop motion here. And now I'm just going to go in and highlight, and I'm going to use MAC Soft and Gentle. And I'm going to take, kind of brush my use for this. I'm going to use the Morphe M501 brush. And I'm just going to hit the tops of my cheekbones. This is a really beautiful highlight. Works really nicely on a lot of people. A lot of different skin tones. Hit right here with anything that's left on the brush. Run it down the center of the nose. Just a little extra right here. And then I'm just going to use my finger and apply it to my Cupid's bow. So now I'm going to go in and curl my lashes. Okay. And I'm just going to do my under eyes really quick. So I'm going to take Embark from MAC, like a dark, deep, like a really kind of plummy, like dark brown color. And I'm just taking a pointed pencil brush like this, and I'm applying this like directly to my lower lash line, very tight. Concentrating like the most of the color on the outer corner. Okay, so now we're going to go in with another pencil brush that's more rounded like this, and I'm going to use that Mauveless shade again. Right here. I lose everything. So as I was applying the Mauveless color, my camera cut out because I hit like my max recording time, but all I did was take Mauveless on a rounded pencil brush and just buffed out the lower lash line. And then I decided to take any white liner that you might have, or like illuminating, even if it's like a light pink or something highlighter. Mine was NYX jumbo pencil in Milk, and I just applied it to the lower waterline just to make my eyes look more open, and then just coated my upper and lower lashes in black mascara. Nothing crazy. So now we're just going to work on the lips, and I'm going to use Makeup Forever Aqua Lip Pencil in 3C. It's like this beautiful brown color. I'll swatch it for you guys right here. It's just a very pretty, like, neutral brown color. And I'm going to line my lips. Okay, so once I do that, it's just like a really basic like line. I'm not like going intense with it, like not insanely precise or anything like that, just a really quick line just to give my lips a little bit of base. And now for the star and the inspiration for this entire look today, I'm going to use Dose of Color Stone. Swatch it for you guys on my hand. It's gorgeous, a liquid lipstick. So that's the liner, the bottom swatch is the liner, and the top is the liquid lipstick. It's just absolutely beautiful. Awesome nude. Okay. Okay. That'll dry. And once that's drying, while that's drying, I should say, I'm going to pop on some lashes. And I don't know, at first I was going to do some, like, kind of wispy, like, winged out ones. But now I kind of want to do, like, big fluffy ones. Decisions. It's so difficult. Alright, let's get to this. So I'm going to use the Miami lashes from Lilly Lashes. Love yourself. Okay, we got our lashes on. And then, as always, once they've dried a little bit on there, I just go back in really quick with my black mascara and I just kind of coat the base of my lashes, my real lashes again. Just to kind of like help blend them into the false lashes. Alright, so that's it. And I'm just going to spray my face with some setting powder. I'm using Chill Makeup Setting Spray from Urban Decay. Just take a bath in it. And what this will do is kind of help all the powder sitting on the skin that you use to set like any liquid that hasn't really like sunk in yet. It kind of just helps like bind everything together using setting spray like that. So that is it. That's the completed look. So I hope you guys enjoyed this Get Ready With Me. I hope it was quick enough for you guys. I know that like when I'm speaking directly to the camera, the videos are a little bit lengthier, but I enjoy almost like talking better to the camera than doing voiceovers. So I think I just kind of have to find like that happy medium. But I hope you guys enjoyed this look. It's super fall appropriate, really kind of like a quick thing to do for work in the morning. It's going to look really like dusty and beautiful, and it's super complimentary to every eye color, every skin tone, everything like that. So hope you guys enjoyed and have a great rest of your day, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.